Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Juice Baseball channel, and welcome back to another episode of the Kansas City Royals rebuild here on MLB The Show 23. We return to the franchise, and we are about to see our number one recruit, our best prospect, Asa Lacy, will make his MLB debut in this episode. Dylan Lesko also got the big call up after we had the fire sale that was the trade deadline last episode. We traded away all the dead weight, and now we sit with a good young prospect in Ian Anderson, who I say prospect, he's been in the league now since 2020, but he's 24 years old, 74 overall, A potential, only getting better. And he's now paired alongside a young Brady Singer, who's 26 at 82 overall, and a young Roki Sasaki, who is 21 years old, 92 overall. So we've got three really, really good young prospects that we can feel good about headed into the future of this franchise. Plus, we've got the potential of Asa Lacy, who's a B potential prospect. We've got the potential of Dylan Lesko, who is also a B potential prospect at 19 years old. He's 23, Asa Lacy is. So these two guys, who knows what happens to them? Maybe they turn out, maybe they don't. But at least we know that, at least for right now, we have three really good young players who we feel confident leading this team into the future. As for the hitting side of things, we have a good young guy in Luis Arias, one of the best hitting players in all of baseball, so we can feel confident in him. He's only going to get better at 75 overall, B potential. We have MJ Melendez, who's 24 years old, A potential, 75 overall, who's only going to get better. We have Vinny Pasquantino, who is 25 years old, 81 overall, B potential, who hopefully is only going to get better. We have Mike Moustakas, who is not going to get better. Nate Eaton, who's 26 years old. Now, I don't see much of a future with Nate Eaton on this team because he's 26, he's 70 overall, and he is just not, like, that good. He's a good defender, really fast. Maybe he fits as a pinch runner. Maybe that's the kind of thing. He's a good utility guy. It's always nice to have a guy like this on your team, but we also kind of already have that in, who's the other guy that can play a lot of stuff? There's another guy that can play a bunch of stuff. I guess Luis Arias. Luis Arias can play a bunch of different positions. So, I mean, we kind of already have a good utility guy, and he's going to get better, unlike Nate Eaton. Although I shouldn't, he could get better if he has the right situation. Nicky Lopez, 28 years old, B potential guy. I don't see much of a future with him, only because he's 28 already, and he's only a 69. Nice. So that's just a problem with development in MLB The Show, that if you're that old, you're almost in 30, and you're only this overall, it's going to be tough for you to develop. Lorenzo Cain, we are going to have to find a new center fielder. It could be Zach Veen, who is a 21-year-old B potential prospect. Could be him. Could be Kyle Isbell, 26-year-old B potential prospect. Could be Samad Taylor, 24-year-old 70 overall prospect, who is also a utility guy. Jared Kelenic could be, or Kelenic, however you pronounce it. He could be a center fielder for us in the future. 23 years old, 66 overall, or 66, yes, 66 overall, yeah. Michael Massey at 25. This team is built for the future. There's just a few different pieces that we have to fill in here and there, but for the most part, we are ready to go on a big-time run. Now, I've talked about the fact that I probably am going to play the game against the Mets here with Asa Lacy, so we might as well simulate this one against the Mets. We lose that one. Amir Garrett takes the L, unfortunately. Who got moved down? Let's see. We sent down Drew Parrish. Okay, that shouldn't matter too much. Oh, if you missed last episode, we also brought in some other pitchers. We brought in Yoshinobu Yamamoto, who is a 24-year-old Japanese prospect. We brought in Kumar Rocker in a trade. He's now in our pitching organization. We have Tink Hence already. We have Frank Mazzucato. This pitching staff got a lot better in terms of the future. The future is very, very bright here in Kansas City with the potential prospects that we have. We got a lot younger. Camilo Duvall also comes in as our new closing pitcher. Did we bring in anybody crazy in the hitting side of things, we already had Elijah Green. We have Lou Walls. I don't know if we brought him in. I don't remember bringing him in. I think he's always been here. And then, no, I don't think we brought in anybody else. So I like the team. I like the stuff we got going on here. I think we have the right formula. We just need to add a few pieces here and there, spend some money in free agency. We have a ton of it, $68.18 million. Spend some money in free agency, and this team could be a contender next season. You never know. But we are taking on David Peterson of the New York Mets. It's funny that we're taking on the Mets because the Mets are the team we're using for the Legends Fantasy Draft Series, also going on the channel right now if you want to go check that out. So it's our rebuild team versus our Legends team. Let's see who gets the W. We are at home, 41-67, 15 games back of the Twins. This division is not very good, which is another reason why I wanted to pick the Royals, because even with a semi-poor record that's still above 500, we could be in contention every single season moving forward. Like, this division is not very good, so we have a chance there. We do have some contract extensions that we could sign, but I don't know if I want to do that right now or not. I think we'll wait till maybe next episode or something like that. But it's time to see Asa Lacy in his debut. Can we get some different jerseys in here? Ooh, we have the alternate Homes 2003. I remember these jerseys from the old MLB The Show games. I do like those ones. And you know what? I think we'll give the Road 85s to the Mets. We're going to rock the black, and we are going to see Asa Lacy in his debut. We already watched him in the minor league episode a couple episodes ago, so we already got a little bit of a feel for how he plays, but we get to see him on the field for the first time. We also get to see Mike Moustakas for the first time back in a Royals jersey since forever, teaming up with his former World Series teammates Salvador Perez and Lorenzo Cain. We're going up against the Mets, Royals, Asa Lacy, debut. Let's try not to get blown out.
Hello and welcome. Thanks for joining us. Interleague Baseball on MLB The Show. It's the New York Mets going up against the Kansas City Royals. Along with Chris Singleton, I'm John Shambi. And we've got a major league debut on the mound in this one, Chris. And always interesting to see how that goes. But I'm sure there's a mix of excitement and nerves running through him right now.
Absolutely. Playing your first game in the show, it's just a little different for everyone, but no one walks in unfazed by the moment. I don't care what they say to anybody, and that's especially true as a starting pitcher that's expected to go out there and give your team a quality outing. All eyes will be on him out there on the bomb. Should be fun to watch and see how it plays out.
All right, ready to go here. Starling Marte up to.
Here we go, ladies and gentlemen, taking on the Mets here at home in Kansas City. And Asa Lacy takes the mound in the big leagues for the first time. Now, maybe this could be thought of as a rush. Maybe we pushed him to the majors a little bit too early. Maybe he's not ready for it. I don't know. But I guess we'll find out as he strikes out his first ever major league batter, Starling Marte. First major league strikeout for the young man. Taking on Brandon Nimmo. We've got high hopes for him. Before the trade deadline, he was our best pitching prospect we had. So we hopefully will see those developments come to fruition in the future here, this franchise. We got to keep a close eye on him. But it's fun to see. Just a couple episodes ago, he was pitching in, what was it? Was it AAA or was it AA? I think it was AA he was pitching. And now all of a sudden he is here, and he has struck out the first two batters he has faced in his major league career. This man is ready for the big time, ready for the spotlight. Jeff McNeil changes that. He sends that one into left field, little bloop, bloop, and he extends the inning. So the first hit allowed by Asa Lacy, but now he faces the big polar bear, Big Dick Pete. I guess it's Big Meat Pete. And he gets struck out as well. So Asa Lacy strikes out 3 batters in his opening inning of his major league career. Allows 1 hit. We are going up against David Peterson, and we've got Luis Arraez. We made a trade for him. He was actually the first player we traded for in this franchise. So hopefully he can develop and turn into a all-star level second baseman or somewhere in the infield force, but unfortunately he flies out to right field. Starling Marte makes the play. I don't think I had the PCI placement right. MJ Melendez next up, and he sends that to center field, but Brandon Nimmo tracks it and is underneath it. 2 down in the inning, 2 quick outs in the inning. David Peterson not really sweating too much here as Salvador Perez steps up, a Kansas City Royal lifer. And he will continue to be on the Royals even if he ends up becoming our Joey Votto type where he develops or regresses to like a 40-something overall. He will still be on this team until he calls it a career. Because I don't know if he's a Major League Hall of Famer. Maybe. He's never been popped for steroids. So at least I don't think. Not that I can remember. He's never been popped. But he's definitely a Kansas City Hall of Famer for sure. No doubt. First ballot. Put him in the ring, along with George Brett and all those guys. Ooh, Asa Lacy doing a good job to get some fly ball pitches now. Eduardo Escobar flies out to center field, and now it's Francisco Alvarez. 1-1 count to him, and he goes after a fastball, but they don't call it. They call it a ball. Okay. Intriguing. I hope you give that same sentiment when I'm up and I'm in that situation. Probably not. They'll probably call that strikeout on me. That's going to be to left field. This time Olivares is there, but he doesn't want to chase the hot pitch. And he lets it bounce in front of him. I tried to get him to go for it, but he just wouldn't move. He stayed for the bounce. Tommy Pham is up, the former Cincinnati Red. And he fouls that one off, making it 1-2. Here comes the circle change. Got past him. He struck out swinging. And Asa Lacy has looked very sharp in his first 2 innings. Vinny Pasquantino will lead off the top or the bottom of the second, 3-2 count, hitting .304 on the year, and he will extend that, raise that up a bit. That's a leadoff single for Pasquantino, and the Royals might have something brewing here. We'll have to find out. As Moose. You may think that those are boos, but they are saying Moose. He returns to Kansas City, and he's going to deliver a double. Not a double. And he's going to move Pasquantino to third. That was at the very end. That was at the very edge of the foul territory. And Moose with his first hit. Good job. And as you may have noticed, we do not have Nate Eaton playing in this game. Samad Taylor is playing third base for us today. They gave me a little notification that said Nate Eaton has struggled pretty heavily against lefty pitchers, so they wanted me to bring in Samad Taylor. I was like, you know what? We haven't got to see Samad Taylor, so might as well see what he's got. And he pops out to shallow right field. Marte tracks it. I think I'm going to run with 25 speed Pasquantino from shallow right field. Come on, Marte. But Nicky Lopez still playing. We could drop a suicide bunt here. That might be a strat. But we'll take a ball here. 3-1. Ooh, they are 9.5 games back in the NL East, but they're tied for a wild card spot. So late in the season, the Mets have something to play for. We do not. We're playing for that first pick in the draft is what we're playing for. We want to get a stud. And that probably would have been strike 3. Obviously would have been strike 3, so I didn't want to swing at that, but I had no choice. Can Nicky Lopez deliver us an RBI? Nicky, that's going to be in the outfield. If it doesn't even get down, it'll be good enough. And it does get down. I'm going to send him. They're going to throw it to third. That's a mistake. Pasquantino will get home. And Nicky Lopez gets us on the board first. Brandon Nimmo has a mental error out there in center field. Throwing it to third base. And now Lorenzo Cain steps up, who I'm a bit surprised with. I mean, he kind of cooled off from the beginning of the season when he started really hot. But for the most part, he's been kind of killing the game. Oh, no. I had a mistake. Get there. Oh, so did the Mets. What are you doing, Francisco Lindor? Oh, my God. We got to go back and watch this replay. Did Francisco Lindor just allow Mike Moustakas to go from second to home on this play? Because I accidentally had sent... who is this? This is Nicky Lopez. I actually sent him to third, but then I had stopped it before Mike Moustakas because he's so slow. I had stopped it before he got around third, so he stayed at third, but then I changed it because I noticed Nicky Lopez was continuing on to third, And by this point, Francisco Lindor's already got the ball. This should be a clear throw out. Francisco's got the ball. And Moose is just running. He's got, what, 14 speed or something? And Lindor sees this. He starts running with the baseball. But at this point, it's too long. It's too far gone. He starts throwing here. Moose is already over halfway home. The ball comes in. It wasn't even on target. Moose slides. It's an easy RBI. That was a horrible error from back-to-back now from Nimmo and now from Lindor. The Mets defense kind of spotty here. I don't know what's going on, but I'm not complaining because we're up 2-0 with runners on second and third and 1 out. We have a chance to open this game up and give Asa Lacy in his debut a lot of cushion. Edward Olivares for the 3rd straight hit. That ball is sent to Nimmo in center field, and we are going to add a 3rd run to this one. So Olivares with the sac fly RBI. Nicky Lopez comes home, and now Luis Arias, 2-1 count to him. The Royals got a 3-0 lead just like that. Now, to be fair, it's in part due to the Mets' poor fielding mistakes, but that is where the rally will end. Jeff McNeil makes the play to end the inning, but we got 3. I'm happy with it. Uh-oh. Please go foul. Please go foul. Please go foul. Thank you. Woo! That could have been the first bad pitch of Asa Lacy's day. And that was dangerous. If that would have went fair, that would have been a big-time double for Darren Ruff. But instead, he's just going to have a base hit up to center field. Lorenzo Cain will come and field it. And that's a leadoff single. But we've seen Asa Lacy earlier in the game have runner on base and be able to work out of it. We'll see how he deals when he's going up against the top of the order here. Here comes the circle change. Marte hits to Arias, to Lopez, back to Pasquantino, and it is a double play. You love to see it. He delivers a beautiful double play, and that is going to beat our MJ Melendez in right field. Asa Lacy through 3 has been perfect. I mean, he's allowed hits, obviously, but he has done really well. He's got a few strikeouts. He's got no runs. I mean, oh, that's beautifully placed down the right field, or the first base line. Beautifully placed by MJ Melendez, past the diving arm of Big Meat Pete. That's a leadoff single. Salvi Perez. What can Salvador do for you? That was a good swing, but it was early. Maybe if it wasn't early, that could have been a base hit. I don't know. It's tough to tell on those kind of hits. But it goes to Tommy Pham in left field, so it doesn't really matter. Vinny Pasquantino got a single last time he was up. Let's see if he can do it again here. He's going to try to do more than that, but that's going to be a little blooper into center field. Nimmo will come get it. But that is runners on first and second, 1 out. Mike Moustakas got a single as well in this game. Could have been a double if it was anybody faster. And Moose to Pete Alonso, double play, inning over. That's okay. That's okay. Moose, we didn't bring you in for your actual, like, current day hitting. We didn't bring you in because I thought you were going to be a big piece to the puzzle. I brought you in because you're a former Royal, you were on that World Series team, and you're nostalgia, basically. Is he going to try for a triple? He doesn't try for a triple. He will stay at second base. Jeff McNeil with a leadoff double. Now we're into some tight situations here with Asa Lacy. He could be in trouble for the first time going up against Pete Alonso, who sends that to Olivares in left field. Olivares makes the play. He's going to go to third, though. I don't have anything on it. I was never going to make him make the throw. So a runner on third for Frankie Lindor, way out in front of that fastball. I don't know what he was sitting on, but he's hitting 187 with runners in scoring position. We got to strike him out here. Come on, Asa. Find your strikeout pitch against a big former All-Star. I can't throw it home there. That'd be horrible. That'd be a bad decision. I've made that decision in the past, and it's not worked out for me. So Samad Taylor chooses to go to first, and Lindor gets a RBI. And then Asa Lacy just throws some straight cheese past him. Some gas past Escobar. And that is a strikeout to end the inning. So unfortunately, the Mets do get on the board. Asa Lacy's shutout comes to an end after 4. But hey, through 4 innings, Asa Lacy's been unbelievable. I'm happy that he's had such a good debut. And if this team can get the bats going again, like we did in the second inning, we might have something cooking here for another little spout of runs. And that's going to hit Nicky Lopez. They deny me my stolen base, but I do get 2 runners on. For Lorenzo Cain, who has an RBI today, I think he was the one who got Mike Moustakas home. And Lorenzo Cain, unfortunate. That's super unfortunate. Jeff McNeil played that really well. I was hoping that would go to center field. Okay, Edward Olivares hitting 260 on the year. And he will go underneath for it, but the third baseman plays it well. Is that Escobar over at third base? I think it might be. That was a good play. Luis Arraez 0 for 2. Not like him to be 0 for 2. He just needs to find it. That's going to be a ball. 3-1. Career 313 average. I mean, this dude is a stud. Hitting 313 for his career. What an on-base machine, and he's going to get it not just on base, he's going to get an RBI, and he will stay at first. Delivers a huge RBI to extend that lead back to 3. Luis Arraez has been a fantastic addition to this organization. I'm so happy we picked him up. MJ Melendez now with 2 runners on and 2 outs. And MJ will send that to center field. It could be shallow, but Brandon Nimmo's going to make the play easily. Inning over, but Arraez gets us an RBI. An extra run to push the lead back to 3. As we go top 5. Francisco Alvarez will start. He will lead off. And hopefully he will go down swinging. Here comes the curveball. Fouls it off. I'm not sure the right time to bring in or start warming people up. Because to this point, Asa Lacy has been almost lights out. He's allowed a couple hits. He's allowed the 1 run. But for the most part, he has been pretty efficient, pretty dominant. He's had good control all day. Hasn't really missed badly on any pitches. And he strikes out Tommy Pham. I mean, this kid is might be the real deal. We'll see how he does in simulation. I'm assuming he's not going to do that well in simulation since he's a low overall. But he strikes out another man. Darren Ruff this time goes down. And they pull David Peterson for Sean Reed Foley. All right. We'll see how the righty does as he tries to keep this game from getting worse than it already is. Oh, God, the Reds are 23 games back. I remember those days before we actually got some good talent in last year's franchise. Those were the struggles. That ball will be grabbed by Alvarez and thrown to Alonso at first. First out of the inning. It's okay. It's all right. It's all right. Because we got Vinny Pasquantino, the power-hitting first baseman. 17 home runs on the year. 2-2 count to him. I don't like that this guy starts facing me and then he turns to the side. I don't like that. But Pasquantino will deliver a huge first base, or huge first base knock. He had to go up in the zone for that one. He had chased, he was like he was chopping down a tree there. Going crazy. And Pasquantino 3 for 3. And now Moose sits at 3-1 count. Are they going to walk the Moose? They aren't going to walk the Moose. He's going to foul tip that off. Foul tip. Come on, Moose. Try to rekindle some of that magic you had in 2015. Oh, thank you, home plate umpire. That was a very, very generous ball 4 call. And that's runners on first and second. 1 out for Samad Taylor. Can Samad do anything? He will send that to Jeff McNeil, shallow center field. Good catch. Good athleticism for Jeff McNeil to get out there. Probably should have just let Brandon Nimmo get there. He would have most likely made the play. 2 down in the inning for Nicky Lopez. Can Nicky get an RBI? I mean, Pasquantino's not the fastest out there. Neither is Moose. But he is going to give him an opportunity. That'll get down in front of Nimmo. He bobbles it. And that's going to be another RBI for the Royals. We are cooking with gasoline. We are cooking with absolute gasoline. Nicky Lopez RBI. It's 5-1. Asa Lacy couldn't ask for a better performance from his guys in his debut. We are putting on a show for these home crowd fans. Lorenzo Cain steps to the plate. His buddy Moose on third, Nicky Lopez on first. And Lorenzo Cain will send that into the atmosphere. But unfortunately not very far. Tommy Pham corrals it in left center, inning over, and we go top 6. We'll take a breather here with Asa Lacy. We'll see how he does. Keep an eye on him. Make sure that he's not getting out of hand, but he throws another strikeout, this time to Starling Marte. That's got to be 6. That's got to be 6 Ks for the rookie. And I know it's probably, that's another one, back to back. I didn't even realize Brandon Nimmo was 2 strikes. I got to pay attention to that. Pitcher getting tired. Okay, so he probably is going to go only 6. As McNeil sends that into Olivares in left field. Jeff McNeil has been a pain in the side of this Royals team today and of Asa Lacy. He's been the only guy who's really been unstoppable. And I know throwing a tired pitcher, tired rookie, especially against Pete Alonso, is probably not the smartest idea. Things are starting to get out of hand here. We've only need one more out. I know he's getting tired, but it's Francisco Alonso. We will warm up Josh Stalmett. Come on, Asa. I just need 1 out, and you can go have a shower. You've had an amazing opening day. You've had an amazing debut, I should say, not opening day. We are far from opening day. You've had an amazing debut. 1 more strike to Francisco Lindor. I'm playing it super safe with him. All runners going, but he fouls it off, so they will go back to their bases and do it again. Here comes the circle. Got him looking, froze Francisco Lindor in an RBI situation. And Asa Lacy has 6 super strong innings. I mean, unbelievably strong. We will have Josh Stalmett ready and waiting for the next inning. He will go into the top of the 7th. But Asa Lacy, he needs to get his stamina up a little bit so he can go deeper into games. But, I mean, are you kidding me? Are you freaking kidding me? 6 strong innings against the Mets, who have spent millions upon millions upon millions of dollars for their lineup, and they've only gotten 1 run against a guy making his major league debut? Are you kidding? Are you serious? I'll take that every single day and twice on Mondays. Absolutely insane. Especially because the bats have actually come alive today, and we've actually been playing really well. And Luis Arraez will get another single, so he started out kind of slow, but he picked it up here. He got the RBI last time he was up, and now he's got the single to go along with the other single he had. So he's keeping that average up. MJ Melendez, 1-1 count to him with 1 out in the inning, and he will send that to right field, but Marte will track it and grab it. Arraez will go back to first. A little bit of a missed throw, but nowhere to cause damage. And now steps in Salvador Perez, 0 for 3. Sitting on a 1-2 count with 2 outs in the inning. What can Salvador do? Foul off a slider that was very early. That's what he can do. I mean, he's got 20 home runs, so it's not like he's been old. The old age isn't showing in terms of the power. But that is going to be a pop out to Jeff McNeil, a little can of corn action. And we go top 7. Asa Lacy's day is done. Josh Stalmett comes in, and he's the one that throws gas, right? Yeah, he throws the 2-seamer. That's absolute heat. Ooh, uh-oh. That's a shift on Escobar. Olivares can't make the play officially. He does go into his glove, so he doesn't let it go for double digits, but unfortunate that he couldn't make the play there. Oh, that's some heat. 98. I mean, Asa Lacy was throwing some heat, but when you bring in this change of pace and Josh Stalmett throwing 98, 99 on the gun, hitters are not ready for that. Can we turn the double play? That's close. 24 speed. Wow. Second baseman Nicky Lopez took a beating as he was trying to turn the double play here. Let's watch Nicky Lopez. Watch good old Nicky. Oh, no, this is Luis Arraez, excuse me. This is Luis Arraez. Luis Arraez took the hard hit. Look at that. I mean, my man Escobar slid right into the ankles. Ooh, that is that's some hard baseball right there. Yikes. receives the ball, and that's a hard one. I'm glad he's not injured after that. But now we go Tommy Pham, who has struck out, I think, twice to Asa Lacy. We'll see if we can get him out a third time. The veteran stares down the barrel. We'll go with the curveball here. Nobody's seen the curveball today. And it got him. He was sitting fastball through the off speed, and it struck him out. We go bottom 7. You know what? I'm going to warm up Chapman, and I'm going to warm up Camilo Doval. It's not a save situation, but I do probably just want to see Camilo Doval since it would be the first time since we traded for him that we get to see him on camera. And it may be his first appearance. I don't know if he's gotten in the previous couple games that we played before we played this one that we simulated. I don't know if he had opportunities to get in, but it could be his debut as well. Just debuts all around. I mean, it's Mike Moustakas' debut, I would assume, back in Kansas City. One good thing that MLB The Show does, that San Diego Studios does, that I wish other games would do, although it's kind of difficult for other games to do because in Madden they don't wear their jerseys anymore. They just wear the standard like white jerseys or the white shirts or whatever it's called. And then in NBA 2K it's just their upper, like their neck and above on their pictures. But basically what I was saying was San Diego Studios keeps all of the prior pictures for MLB players. So like, as you probably saw with Mike Moustakas on the big board, it had him in his Royals stuff. It didn't just have an auto-generated picture of Mike Moustakas. So that's the same with, I think, everybody. It's the same with Cueto. I know that. If you put Johnny Cueto back on the Reds, he'll be in his Reds stuff, even though he hasn't been on the Reds since, what, like 2019, 2018? Last time he was on the Reds? I don't even remember how long it's been. But he'll have his Reds uniform on in the picture from his most recent time on the Reds. And if you put, I don't know, let's say Chapman back on the Yankees, I'm assuming it'll have his Yankees jersey on. And that's the same with, I think, everybody. If you put, who else is another guy? If you put Starling Marte back on, what, the Diamondbacks where he came from? If you put him back on the Marlins, I forget where he came from. If you put him back on whatever team he was originally, he'll have that jersey on, which is, I think, something really cool instead of them just, like, making an auto-generated image with the hat and the jersey on. You put them back on the team that they were originally on. Like if they were already on that team and you get them back, that's pretty cool. That's something that I like that San Diego Studios does well. They were also one of the first teams to adjust the good strikeout by Stallman, by the way. They were also the first game company, I think, to adjust the created players to make them wear the stuff of the team that you're on. So like, and by what I mean by that is, say back in, I don't know, MLB The Show 2010 or something, you traded for Albert Pujols, and you weren't the Cardinals or the Angels. You were, I don't know, you were the it doesn't really matter, the Diamondbacks. Say you were the Diamondbacks and you traded for Albert Pujols. If you traded for him, he would have a auto-generated picture of him in a Diamondbacks jersey instead of just bringing over his actual in-game portrait of him in a Cardinals or Angels jersey, depending on where he was in 2010. I think he might have been on the Angels already at that point. But it wouldn't have him in that. It would have him in an auto-generated picture, a render of him in whatever team you're on or you're using, which is something cool. I wish that Madden would do that. Madden used to just keep them in their portraits of whatever team they're on. So let's say you trade for Aaron Rodgers and you're playing for the Giants and you trade for Aaron Rodgers. Then Aaron Rodgers would still be in his Packers stuff. You could still see his Packers stuff, but he would just be playing for the Giants. So that kind of took you out of the immersion factor. But nowadays, in current day Maddens, they just wear all the same stuff, so it doesn't really matter too much. But that's kind of a nitpicky thing that I'm assuming not many people really care about, but I just notice it because I care about that kind of stuff. So it literally doesn't matter. It's just an aesthetic thing that MLB The Show does good, basically, is what I'm saying. So enough of that little rant or just stuff I was talking about there. Back to the game as Luis Arraez delivers a weakly hit single into center field. Lindor probably should have been able to make the play, but it was just out of his reach. And that's runners on first and second, 2 outs, and MJ Melendez has a chance to extend our lead even further as he stares at a fastball for 3-1 now. Come on, MJ. Show me what you're working with here. Give me a big one. Give me a big sloppy one. That's going to be into right field. Can Marte make the play? No, he can't. That's going to be over his head. And that's going to be 2 more RBIs for the Kansas City Royals. MJ Melendez on 3-1 with 2 outs sends that to right field. And that is a 2-run double. They bring in another pitcher. This time it's Drew Smith. Drew Smith comes in to try and get the final out of the inning, and he will do just that as he threw a nasty slider that got Salvador Perez chasing, or got me chasing, I should say. And I know this isn't a safe situation, but I want to see Camilo Doval. This is the first time we've gotten to see him since we traded for him. He's our new starting closing pitcher, so I want to see him. I want to see him with a little bit of work, and we have Chapman still warming up, so if things go a little crazy, we can bring Chapman in to kind of close the door. But I want to see Camilo. I mean, we brought him in for a reason. I obviously have high hopes for him, so I want to see how he does. I want to get him. I've never actually used Camilo Doval. I never got him in MLB The Show 22 in the Red Series, so I've never used Camilo Doval. So I want to see what he's working with here. As he gets Pete Alonso to a 3-2 count. Pete has done a good job to work this full, and he sends that back to Doval. I'm glad he got out of the way, so it didn't hit off of him. But Arias was playing the shift and gets him out. And now we have to face the switch-hitting Francisco Lindor. He was batting lefty or righty all day because everybody else was lefty. But he gets a single to keep the inning going for the New York Mets. And Escobar, what are you swinging at there, my boy? You were looking like a fool out there. And he stares down a cutter, hardly know her, and Camilo Doval with a strikeout there. Francisco Alvarez, the last hope for the New York Mets. You never want to be in a situation like that where Francisco Alvarez is your last hope. Maybe he'll surprise you. He probably won't as MJ Melendez chases after it. And that is the ball game. Royals win 7-1 at home against the Mets. And that man right there, Asa Lacy, goes 6 strong innings in his debut. And might I add, he has a very strong jawline too. But that's besides the point. He goes 6 strong innings in his debut, gets the W, and I feel happy about the future. If Asa Lacy can perform like that on most occasions, we'll look pretty good. I mean, 6 innings, 6 hits, 10 strikeouts on his debut. 1 earned run. That man was dealing. Absolutely. Crazy situations. Unbelievable. And now we get to simulate a little bit more, although we got Dylan Lesko's debut. What's he going to do? Willard Bentley is out for 6 months with a dislocated ankle. That's not good. And Lesko did not get the win, but we do win the game. What happened to Lesko today? He only went an inning and 2/3. 6 hits, 5 runs, 5 earned. 4 walks and 2 strikeouts. Uh-oh. Maybe Dylan Lesko's not ready yet. That could be something. Luckily, we came in and saved the game and won it. But now we have to simulate the month of August here. So let's simulate the series against the Phillies. We get swept. No surprises there. But we lose 3 of 4 against the Red Sox, who are also bad? Oh, that's stupid. 2 games against the Cardinals, we lose. How's Asa Lacy doing? Has he pitched more? Lacy has not pitched, or he has not gotten a win since that debut. What's going on here? Oh, by the way, how is Bobby Witt coming? He's still out for 2 to 3 more months. Bobby Witt, man, with that dislocated ankle, killed him. Absolutely killed him. Lacy's next game is against the Cubbies. Okay. He's got 26 strikeouts in 16 innings pitched. Oh, there we go. 3 of 4 against the Mariners. That's what I'm talking about. Finally beating a team that is bad. And Paul Sewald, you got to feel bad for him. He came in both of these games and tried to save it, and he lost both of them. Oh, that feels bad. But now Asa Lacy up again, and he doesn't get another win. What is going on with Asa Lacy? He's not getting wins, but he's not losing games either. What is going on with Lacy? He pitched 5 innings, 3 walks, 5 strikeouts, 2 earned runs. I mean, it's not a great performance, but it's not bad by any means. Dylan Coleman's coming in and getting some W's, that's for sure. He seems to be the saving grace for these rookies. We got another performance from Lacey here. Is he going to get a win here? He doesn't. Stalmant comes in and gets the win. What is going on with Lacey? He can't finish games. 6 innings. Oh, it's not his fault. We just didn't have any runs. He went out in the 6th, and we didn't have any runs by then. So it's not his fault this game. All right. Now we play the Mariners again. Eloy Fernandez is injured, but he's coming back. That's not good. We have to play the Pirates here with Lacey, and that is a win. Sully Matias is out for 1 to 2 weeks. But it looks like Lacey again does not get a win. Lacey went 5 innings, allowed 2 runs, 6 hits, 3 walks, 4 strikeouts. Unfortunately, he was pulled before we got on any runs, and he does not get a win again. He is steady at 1-0. I don't know what's going on, but we move to September. We've got September call-ups, which you love to see. We got 2 active roster spots ready to go for next episode. I have to really decide on who that's going to be. And then we will probably, you know what? Maybe we'll play Dylan Lesko. Maybe we'll play Ian Anderson. I don't know. We'll play with one of the 2 other pitchers that we have not seen yet, since we've either traded for them or brought them up from the minors. And we'll play a road game, maybe against the White Sox. They're also bad, though. Maybe against the Astros, who are very good. I don't know. I guess it depends on who's pitching during these games. Maybe against the Blue Jays. It could be against the Blue Jays. Go to Canada, to the Rogers Center. That could be fun. They're 70-64, so maybe we do that if Ian Anderson's pitching against them or if Dylan Lesko's pitching against them. We'll see. But that's going to do it for this episode. We are now 19.5 games back, which is more than what we were when we started the episode. I think we were only 15 games back. But that is going to do it for the episode. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, leave it a like, subscribe to the channel, join the Juice Club. Thank you so much for stopping by and watching. I truly appreciate it. And I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace.